So yesterday, this video calling out Warner Brothers' hypocrisy, it got throttled. See, the same company that tells me they won't tolerate any type of behavior. In fact, they got rid of Johnny Depp because of that excuse, brings Mel Gibson back into the fold for Lethal Weapon 5. Now this move, it gets put on blast too, and not because of Mel Gibson, but because of the hypocrisy that this move showcases. I mean, think about it. Someone tries to clear their name. You gotta get rid of them, but you'll keep on somebody that is an accused aggressor. You'll bring in somebody with a really spotty past. But yeah, you have no tolerance for these things, right? Yeah, you and we're going to talk about this controversy today. And let me make something very clear. I'm not saying that Mel Gibson shouldn't have an opportunity to work. What I'm saying is it's hypocritical of the company that's bringing him back. Here we are with yet more controversy. Way to go, Warner. Way to go indeed. Oh man, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And you know, when I first saw this headline coming up, talking about Mel Gibson's directorial return with Lethal Weapon 5, I thought, you know, I need to go and check Twitter. I need to see what exactly is going on. And well, let's just say that Twitter's response to this, yeah, it didn't disappoint. Now, we'll talk about that blowback in just a second, but like I said, the point in all of this, it isn't to say that Mel Gibson shouldn't have a job. It's to point out the hypocrisy of the company that ended up bringing him in the first place. This is the same company that decided to get rid of a high-profile actor, in fact, one of the highest-profile actors in the world, and the way that they did that was with that all-encompassing word, policy. Now, interestingly, as other people have pointed out, there are other policies that have been hyped too. Here's one of my favorites, the Warner Brothers Production Diversity Policy. This talks about being all-inclusive, including, they go through a lot of lists of people that they're going to include, and part of that is making people comfortable in their work environment. Now, additionally, there are other policies that come up in all of this too, ones that involve words like bullying and harassing, and when you look at the behavior between people, who exactly violates this? Does JD violate it? Does Mel Gibson violate it? Does a certain nameless person violate it? I'll let you decide there. Now, I don't know about you, but when I look at policy, and part of policy is not courting controversy, I wonder, how is going to court trying to clear your name bad? But when you look up Mel Gibson, well, you find articles like this from Variety. How does Mel Gibson still have a career? And they talk about his hiatus from Hollywood, which I'm going to boil down to one paragraph here, and you can look all of this up if you want really a lot more information on it. So the hiatus was largely due to being virtually shut out from Hollywood, an expulsion prompted by the infamous Malibu DUI arrest in 2006, during which he unleashed an anti-Semitic rant. This was followed by leaked tapes in 2010, where Gibson screamed racist remarks, including the using the N-word at his then girlfriend, the mother of one of his 9 children. She later alleged Gibson was physically abusive. And again, that excuse alone pretty much prompted a company to get rid of someone else. Isn't that fascinating? Even before his fall from grace, it continues, Gibson had routinely been in trouble for homophobic comments. Now, all of this, it's brought up in the blowback that you see when outlets like CNN, they announce Mel Gibson's return. And it's fascinating. Now that Warner Brothers is in the mix, CNN, who loves to write articles about this kind of stuff, they're not writing articles about it anymore. And yeah, people are saying, hey, wait a minute, what about all of that policy there? Quote, so if Mel Gibson is okay to work in Hollywood with his past, why JD, who is presumed innocent, can't get his films released? Hypocrisy at its finest. How does that work, CNN? Can you explain? And of course they're not going to explain it because they got that almighty shield dollar in the works. Here's someone else bringing up that idea of a zero tolerance policy, asking, I thought you had one of those going on, or maybe it's only for one person. Quote, I thought Warner Brothers suddenly had a zero tolerance policy for problematic people. Nope. Just JD? And that does get the old noggin jogging, doesn't it? You can see this brought up in the comments, too, saying that if you look at the evidence in this case, it looks like JD was actually the aggrieved party. Not only do you keep the aggressor on, but you bring this guy on. What exactly is going on in your rank and file? Yeah, it comes up over and over again. You also have people bringing up that certain nameless person, noting Mel Gibson, he can get roles in Hollywood, he can get roles from Warner Brothers, but yeah, you can't have JD get them. And what about that certain nameless person? They have all of their social media comments turned off. You have more and more incriminating evidence come up. They don't know the validity, they say, but the radio silence. And it's not just radio silence on their end, it's the radio silence on Warner Brothers' end. It makes you go, right? Now, this is just the tip of the proverbial iceberg as far as controversy and as far as hypocrisy goes. I mean, if you look up any announcement on this is the original announcement from the Hollywood Reporter saying he's going to take over because Richard Donner had actually passed away. It doesn't take very long to find not only negative comments, but extreme comments at that. Quote, "Can Hollywood please stop trying to give this monster a comeback? There is no reason to give him work ever again, and he should never be able to work again. He deserves worse than that." I mean, that's crazy. Worse than that. But I feel that's the least that we can do. Now, this is a fascinating move, by the way, because we haven't seen this franchise since 1998, and I have to say that it's Better Days by Lethal Weapon 4. Oh, they were well behind it. Now, this was before Mel Gibson. He became a punchline in Hollywood, too. You can see Ricky Gervais actually making fun of him here.
How you doing, all right?
That's a pretty fascinating move when you get down to the fact you have no idea how this is going to play out. It's going to cost you a lot of money, too. And this is coming from a company that can't have any more problems. They've already lost tens of billions of dollars. But hey, the hypocrisy, it just keeps shining through. Like I said, too, this isn't about Mel Gibson. This is about the company that would fire one person, bring another person in with a spotty record. But you tell me what you think about that stuff. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work, so thank you. Want to help out the channel in different ways? There are links in the description. Definitely check those out. They always help out the channel, but you being here, that helps out the most. So thank you. I appreciate you. Gonna end here with a thank you again, and see you soon.